It was a bad setup. It always is. I'm going to turn the overhead on so we can see better. Move my little dog out of the way. Aggravating. Yeah, sorry the lighting's not too good and that the camera angle there was really freaking wonky. It's been a while since I went live on YouTube. I was meaning to work on this earlier today because my crew got canceled, so I got to come back home and ate something, and I got paid for the entire day. Gotta love days like that. So I slept most of the day awake when I came back. Got up about a minute till 1. I know I'm lazy, right? But I haven't had much sleep, so I needed it because I fell asleep at the wheel driving this morning, going into work. So I needed to rest. Just been working really hard. But anyway, enough about what I do outside of artwork because it's not important. This is an art fight piece for Bone Collector, who is one of my leaders on my personal amino I have, which we don't have a lot of members. We never really have, and sometimes the amino is more active than other times my personal one is. It's called Purgatory Inner Demons. If you're interested in going and joining the amino, it could use some new members, and especially ones who are active and like to post. I really don't mind what you post there because it is a post-apocalyptic based amino, which you can post artwork, you can post stories, post anything really. I don't care. It can be human, it can be animal, anthro, whatever the heck you want it to be. It's your creation. I'm pretty laid back since I am the agent leader of that particular community and I own it, so I'm pretty lenient. I do a multiple variety of things, so I allow my users in the community to pretty much post whatever they want. You're also allowed to post personal photographs if you want to. If you're a minor, be careful what you post. But yeah, like if you do cosplay or something like that, you can post your cosplay pictures, or if you take pictures like out on the road or vacation or something like that, you can share those with people. I don't mind a bit because I share my pictures from the road quite a bit with my community. But anyway, this is being done for my leader Boone, who's a very talented young artist. Like, her shit's awesome. I think she's on DeviantArt as Spotty Leopard, and she's she does really damn good artwork for a young person, and she also is the person who owns the skull dog here named Cranus, which is P Lady's pup. There was a crack ship I did a long while back on my amino, and Cranus was the result of a crack ship between my wolf P Lady and Onyx, a character which I have retired. I had purchased way back in the day, I think for a whole whopping $5 way back in the day, and he was a solid black skull dog with red glowing eye sockets. He's pretty cool, which I should bring him out of retirement, but I just haven't. Anyway, I paired him with Cranus, with P Lady, and Cranus was the product of it, which is weird because they're both black, solid black. And she has the moon eyes and he has the red glowing sockets, but she has the red eye in the socket there, which is a little different. But he's white and purple. I don't know, I just didn't really want to base his coloration solemnly off of the parents. I wanted him to have his own personality, and just because they were both black doesn't mean that there wasn't other colors in their ancestry, especially on Onyx. Since skull dogs, that breed that he's purchased, could come in a multitude of different color varieties and selections, so I wanted to play upon that maybe his parents weren't a solid black, and that they're maybe these colors was in his family tree somewhere, and it diverted back or whatever. But anyway, we're both doing art fight, which most artists know art fight on the internet because a lot of us participate in that every year and get some really cool art pieces off of some very talented artists. It's just a fun thing for the community and all of that, which I was on the evil side last year, and nobody attacked me or fought with me on there, and which was heartbreaking because that was the whole point of me joining, was for people to attack and fight. And you know, I get some cool art off of them, they get some cool art off of me, but it never did happen. Nobody like attacked or wanted to challenge me or draw my wolf, which I understand why people may not want to, because she's plain, as I've been told. They're like, well, she's plain, she's not flashy, she doesn't have this, she doesn't look cool. I don't care, because I'm not a sparkle wolf. My alter ego has been this way since forever, because she's a part of me, and she's not flashy, I'm not flashy. So, and you can't go wrong with a basic black. And that's what she is. I love it, but a lot of people don't like to do her because she's black. They don't like the black because they think it's just bland and plain. And a lot of people like characters that are really colorful, have a lot of detail and markings, everything but the kitchen sink on them. And those are fun and dandy characters. I've got one like that called Mazakine and Absinthe, which is a male fallen angel. He was part of the fallen sugar angels when the sugar angels amino was around. Now he's just a fallen angel, and he's like a sparkle dog with seen hair and halo and everything because he's a fallen angel. But I don't call him a fallen sugar angel no more. He's just a fallen angel. And but he's really colorful, and Mazakine is really colorful and has that same hair style that the younger community artists like to draw on their wolves and stuff like that. But I hardly use them too, only for like artwork and stuff like that. And Mazakine was one I purchased in hopes of using as a role play character on one of the aminos, but I never did use her because I don't connect with the character very much after I got it. But I like using her in artwork as like a flirty bad guy kind of thing. So she works for my artwork. I'm sorry this is slow going. This pencil's like super tiny. My hands are a little bit swelled. So it's kind of hard to hang on to this little thing. I need to go find my pencil extender, really, for this little Prisma pencil. And I need to go to an art store and replace my white, my gray, and my black pencil, because for some reason, and my cream, because those colors are the colors I go through the fastest. I don't know why, but those are the ones that are itty bitty. And I say it always. Always. Which, if anybody knows, I've been out of town for a long time, about close to 4 months, and I got back. I've probably been back about a month now or so. And adjusting back to being local has been a little bit difficult with me. Of course, when I was out of town, I went through something kind of traumatic and bad. So I kind of came back not the same person. I'm a little different, and I'm trying to work through my kinks and stuff. And my job has been really good about helping me through that and being there for me, because they're like there's a bunch of us, we're like family. Like, we'd walk through fire for each other, and my supervisor's like a second mother to me, because she does so much for me, and I appreciate her so much. Like, she's amazing. She's a luxury boss. I swear to gosh, I'm lucky that she is, like, amazing to all of us. And I got my work best friend, who's like my work husband. I love his heart. He always checks in on me all the time. And the thing of it is, we all talk even outside of work, so it's pretty cool. I've been doing a lot of short videos and shit on TikTok. I'm P Lady Wolf 5 on TikTok. If anybody wants to follow me on there, I have quite the following on TikTok, which is ironic. I started out having literally 400 followers. Shit you not. Now I have close to almost. I have 8,000 and some followers now, which is probably more followers than I have on any social media. And I really don't know how to take it because, I mean, I'm flattered. I really am. But at the same time, it's a lot to take in, too. And I had one of my videos removed, even though I censored the video. Like, I censored it with an eraser because it had boobs in it. And it was an adult, not safe for work piece. But here's the thing, there was no parts except for the breasts that were really showing, and you really couldn't tell what they were doing in the drawing unless you just really, because it almost looked like he was hugging her from behind, like they weren't doing anything. So it could have been a very innocent video. I could get it was up for a while. Somebody turned it in as being porn and got it demonetized. I could go in and have it thrown back out and re-upload the video and stuff like that to TikTok and have them throw it out because, to be in all fairness, even though I listed it as not safe for work on my gallery sites, it is, but it's not, because you could take it as two different ways because it was drawn that way. And which I had one that I did for my work bestie that it had some controversy on it too, because anybody who knows me knows I don't really like to censor my art too much. Like, I will draw nips even on the boys as well as the girls, and I don't think breasts are sexual. To me, even on males, it's not sexual to me. So I don't have a problem with portraying that in my artwork. To me, it's not a problem. To me, it's not vulgar. To me, it's not adult. To me, it's not sexual, because to me, breasts just are not sexual. But apparently, to other people, they are sexual and have a problem with it. And stuff. And they do that all the time. That was work that texted me. Looks like I'll be in Charleston again tomorrow. I have to do my paperwork in a minute. Anyway, I knew she was going to do that to me. Anywho, but yeah, to me, breast is just not sexual. And I'm going to tell people who have any problems with the content of my artwork, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give a shit if you have a problem with my artwork or not, because I'm not doing it for you. I'm not drawing it for people's approval. I don't draw and do artwork for approval ever for anybody. I understand that sometimes my art is going to have mistakes and flaws, but no artist is perfect. And I don't care if they do say that they're perfect, because there's not. There's always going to be a flaw somewhere in the drawing. No piece of artwork is perfect. You're not the real thing sitting there looking at you. I mean, like, if, when you draw something, you're naturally not going to get it 100% to how it is in life, because you're not perfect. You're not a machine. You're not going to get it perfect. I'm sorry. And for the people who sit there and say that, well, it needs to be more realistic, or you need to draw this way or that way. I do my art for me and for my clients. And as long as I'm happy and my clients are happy, that's all that matters. I don't mind constructive criticism, however, that helps me improve on something. I'm open to that. Always, if it's constructive, I am open to constructive criticism or suggestion. And I handle that fine when you go about it the right way. If you go about it the wrong way, I'm not really going to communicate very well with you on that. It has to be done in the right way, like anything, And I admit my art's not perfect. I do. Everybody thinks, your art's amazing. You're an art. No, I have mistakes. I make mistakes. Not everything I do is perfect. It's just As an artist, you learn over time. The more experience you gain, you learn how to make those mistakes less noticeable, but they're still there. And that's what these professional artists don't tell you. They make mistakes all the time, but they're able to hide them so well that your eye don't catch it unless you really know what to look for on it. That's the trick. But anyway, getting back to people having rice paper fillings and getting offended by retarded shit on TikTok, people sit there and say, well, this isn't appropriate for this app. What is appropriate for TikTok? Because if anybody got on there and scrolled through the app, you see 13-year-old girls shaking their ass with their with shorty shorts with leaving nothing to the imagination. They might as well not have nothing on, their tits hanging out and everything else. How is that not like adult or nasty or should be demonetized? I think that it should be demonetized. I think if you're half naked and you're underage shaking your puswa on an app, you should, something needs to be done. The parents need to be watching their kids a little better, because TikTok's not a place for kids. It really isn't. It's a place for creators to post their content, like artists, cosplayers, craft makers. It is for content creators, and that's what it's for. It's not for your 13-year-old to be on there shaking her coochie at everybody and trying to act like she's a full grown woman when she's just a kid. You know how many times I see that crap on there and people sitting there acting like they're sexy, and it's just nobody wants to see that. At least I don't want to see that. I go on there to look at the cosplayers, the people who actually do cool shit, fun stuff. I don't want to get on there and see on my For You page I got a 13-year-old girl shaking her ass with her boobs out. To me, if I was that kid's parent, I'd bust her ass. And she would have her damn phone taken away and her account would be deleted. Because I guarantee you, if I did that when I was growing up, that's exactly what my grandmother would have done to me. She would have busted my ass, took my phone, and deleted my account, and set me down and would ask me what the hell's wrong with me and that I need to rethink my plans in life as a young individual. But I was raised a little different than kids are these days. So, and I'm 37 years old and I still don't get on and shake my crap for people. I don't have nothing for anybody to look at anyway. But I mean, I do from occasionally time to time. I post a lot of art videos. I post a lot of videos from the road and shit like that. I like to share what I do. I don't post on YouTube much anymore because I can't go live on my phone, or sometimes it's finicky about uploading videos that I've pre-recorded on my phone. So, in that aspect, it's become hard on me to get it to where I can do more content for YouTube. I do have a Twitch account, but I don't stream on there. I haven't streamed anything on there because you have to do everything live, and I feel like I ramble too much to be making videos on there. But I do follow other content creators on Twitch and watch their videos, because a lot of the artists I like to watch over here on YouTube has went to Twitch because they don't have to really watch what they say or do or on there as much as you do on here, so they don't have to worry about being demonetized over there like they would here. It's kind of like on the TikTok, it's like I've not been demonetized ever on there the entire year I've had the TikTok. But I've had that one video demonetized, and they just demonetized it today because somebody turned it in as porn, and it borderlines. It's like right on the fence. So I mean, it's really however you want to conceptually take it, I guess. It's like if you want it to be them having sex, I guess that's what it could be, but it could also be something different too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those drawings that can be taken either way. I listed it as not safe for work because I know how people's minds think. It automatically goes in the gutter trash. And because my mind goes in the gutter trash quite a bit, I know how other people is going to take that picture when they look at it. They're not going to look at it and sit there and think of the two different meanings like I do because I'm the creator of it. I know how I meant the drawing to be. However, other people, when they look at it, they're going to interpret it how they want. So, anything that's risque, I now am not going to put on TikTok. If you want to look at something that's straight up nasty, y'all going to have to go to my galleries. And you have to be 18 or older to view, unless you're on my fucking Facebook. And then you're able to view it there on Facebook. But even on Facebook, sometimes I have to, if it's super bad, I have to do a lot of censoring or crop the picture, and even then you're still going to have to go to some place like DeviantArt or for Affinity, which I have both accounts and I do upload on there. I also have a Ko-fi. If you want to support my art, you can, which nobody ever supports me because nobody cares about music creators, so it's whatever. I am and I have decided to do my comic purgatory. It's finding the time to do it because I got the book to sit down and write down everything, like the story, the outline, the everything, the planning of it. I even have the sketchbook to do all the thumbnailing, the sketch, the roughs of the panels, the character bio images, everything like that. I have all of that. I just haven't started on it. I even put Krita on my Chromebook and knocked the dust off of one of my Wacom tablets and everything else. So I've got everything I need to start on this. And I'm going to do it with no funding because nobody will fund me and help me with expenses. However, if I want it printed, that's where people are going to have to really kick in and help. Now, I can't do no flashy shit like plushies and stuff like that because I ain't got that kind of money to throw on stuff because I do good to keep my head afloat with my bills and stuff like that. The thing of it is, people's always like, well, your house is nice, you have this and that. Yeah, that's one thing, but you got to think, I have all this stuff because I do it on my own and I am my only income. So it does make it a little harder on me. And if my work isn't consistent for a week, or if I only work 2 days a week due to not having too many crew out, I'm not making money. I don't work, I don't go in, I don't make money. So every day that I am not out on the road, I'm not making money. And I don't get paid a big amount per hour anyway. So yeah, it's what it is. But I want to do the comic because so many people want it. And the thing is with Purgatory, what will be done is not what it originally was. I have the original that I did in Sketchbook, which never had text to it or anything like that. I was going to convert it for a version for the public to acquire it, but it was going to be like 3 small graphic novels long. But I was told that the real story behind it and how it was done wasn't a story that people would really be into because it was based on personal event that happened with me back a long time ago. Wasn't when I first created it. And it wasn't a post-apocalyptic setting at all, which is a weird thing. It was actually, like regular times, regular. It was just set on regular things. But as everybody started liking it and really getting into what it kind of was, it kind of shifted and become what it is now, which is something that people do like a lot better. And I can come up with a storyline for it because I can do the darker version of what the original wasn't. And I can make it work. And I can omit a lot of the original characters that I had in the original version out of this version because they would be really irrelevant to the version that everybody's wanting me to make. So that being said, I'm actually going to try to make this thing a reality. However, in the end, if people want printed copies and stuff like that, it may come down to people are going to have to help fund and support the project. And while doing the project, I'm thinking about maybe making it exclusively to where people have to support to see the content posts about the project, because I won't just post it everywhere and make it accessible everywhere like I do my mainstream art, I guess, is what I'm saying. And I want to do like really cool, epic fucking pieces that is extra art, like of scenes that aren't in the fucking story and shit like that, is extra art in the back of the book and stuff like that as a bonus. Um, and stuff, but I don't know, like it's still in the planning stages, and like work's been working me a lot, so I haven't really got to sit down and start putting the things into the little journal book I got specifically for this project. So, because that we're understaffed and they always depend on me, so I'll just put it like this: my company owns my soul, and I have no life, and I have to do my art when I have time to do it, which sucks because it's my passion and it's my life and it's what I live to do. And I would like to be able to be a full-time artist and do my art again like I used to do. And I want that to happen so bad, but I don't have time to sit and dedicate and promote myself like I need to get back at the status I used to be at years and years ago, because I have no time to do it because I'm always working. So that's why people's like, well, you have to do this and have to do that. Yeah, it's easy when you've got the time to do it. If you've got somebody, if you got a significant other that works and you don't have to, and you have all this time that you can just stay at home because you don't have to work to dedicate to make yourself successful, yeah, you can do that. But if you don't have that safety net there to where you can do it that way and devote all that time, it hurts really bad, because I don't have the time to devote to promotion like most people who do it as a job do, because I do unfortunately have to work. And unfortunately, with my job, my hours are all over the friggin' place, because one shift I may go in and work 10 hours. Another shift I may go in and work 26. I have worked 26 hours straight before. And no sleep, no nothing out on the road. I mean, you never know how long you're going to be out. So you never know when you're going to get home and stuff like that. So it's very up in the air all the time. It's like my phone going off there in the background. You heard the horn. That was my dispatch texting me and letting me know where I needed to be at tomorrow, which we're probably going to get canceled. I'm probably going to waste gas and get canceled because it's supposed to piss rain all evening, all night tonight, and all day tomorrow. So I figure we'll probably end up being friggin' canceled. I have my new hire again, John, who today was his first day. And he decided that he likes working with me right out of the gate, even though he hasn't really worked with me. And he's decided that he likes to be with me, so I'm just like, cool. I am one of the employees that doesn't really have a set partner because I'm used as a trainer. So I train a lot of the new faces that come through the door. I'm a whatever they need me to be, because I don't even have a title as a lead or a trainer much anymore. I'm pretty much my boss's right-hand man, and I do what's needed of me, even though, I work out on the road and I don't really do supervisor stuff because she's a supervisor. But there are times when she does have me help do things, and I have to do that and also get myself where I need to go and do my job. And, sometimes it's hard, but it's cool. We help each other, and we do stuff, and that's cool, because she relies so much. It's like, I never really have a day off. I know this is straight from the artwork, but never really have a day off. And I just, when I am not there, I'm on call. Like, I never get told, oh, you're off today. It's always, you're working here or you're on call. And the reason that is because I'm the most dependable person that they have, and I'll come no matter what, whenever, and I don't care. And if I need time and stuff off, I can get it. They don't complain to me about it. They don't threaten me my job like they do other people, because they know I fucking work all the time. So it's respect. And in October, I get Fridays off. for the entire month of October. As many of y'all know, I am a haunt actor in the 12 Pole Manor haunted attraction here local. I've been with them for 3 years as a haunt actor. I was a haunt actor back in high school and stuff like that. I used to work and do special effects makeup and stuff like that because that was what I was wanting to go into, is creature design and special effects makeup for movies. Back in the day before they did everything with fucking computers, like when they did the actual props and masks and costuming and stuff like that. That's what I wanted to go into and do, where they did the sculpts, the molds, the whole nine shebang, which was something I was always interested in and wanted to do. And at one time, I was wanting to go to Tom Savini's special effects makeup classes and learn how to do prosthetics and molds, casting, sculpts for special effects movies. But I never did get to do it because by the time I got to where I could actually have a career and major in something like that, CGI had already taken over most of the movie industry, so there was really no need for real special effects anymore. Given that there are still a lot of places now who still do the special effects makeup, but it's not like it used to be when I was a kid. So, but what I like about the haunt that I work at is that we all do things hands-on, like the old way. Like we make our own molds, we do the casting, everything else, except for my character I play, which I don't play P-Lady at 12 Pole because she's too off the chain. And not only that, she does not fit the storyline or the characters and the cast that they have there at that haunt, because she's way different. Like she don't fit with the story, and she's way too off the chain to be there in the haunt anyway. So I did, when I was, and because they're all aware of my alter ego, which they did say was too off the chain and didn't really fit the Deadwood story, the Deadwood family story, which they're right, she doesn't, because she's not the Deadwood family. P-Lady Wolf is me, I am her, we are a variation of each other. But anyway, when I was asked to create a character, I created a character called Astrid Deadwood, which the name Astrid was inspired by the movie Blood and Chocolate. Also, the book Blood and Chocolate, which I read the book first before I watched the movie. The book is better. The movie is okay. It's not bad, but the book is way better. And I like the name Astrid, so I went with Astrid because I like that name. And the girl is a white werewolf in that. And I thought that Astrid would also be an albino werewolf because she's a witch. So she's like the witch of the Deadwood family. And she's a really wild looking girl that's got a playful but deadly personality, because she's really playful like a child in a way, but at the same time she's kind of eerie and unpredictable. She's a total different personality from me and my alter ego lady. So I normally don't wear wigs when I am haunt acting. Like last year, the whole time I've worked there, I've used my natural hair, which my hair is black and blue and hangs to my waist. It's long, and I can get it to look wavy and disheveled even with no problem. And it suits a witch's hair because it's what it looks like. But too many people locally know me, so I decided that I want Astrid to have gray hair, like a grayish silver, like the ombre hair that everybody's kind of into. So I figured, I went and bought a cheap wig for it. I was going to get one of the nice lace front wigs, but I didn't want to go that nice and pay that kind of money to use it in a haunted house. So I went with the cheaper version of it. Mind you, I probably will go back and buy the lace fronted wig for myself, because eventually I am going to transition my real hair to that color. It's just going to take time, because it'll take time to strip the black and fade it enough to do that with it. So while I'm transitioning my hair, I'll wear the wig. The lace front wig. But anyway, I bought a cheap $8 wig. That's just a cheap one to use in the haunt because you don't want to use too nice of things like wigs in there because you have to put blood and mess them up and stuff. You don't want to pay like an outrageous amount and then screw a wig up for a haunt. It's just easier to get the cheap ones to use for that. And I went and got my costume because our theme is like 30s, 40s, 50s look basically for this year. Last year it was Victorian, and I looked pretty friggin' wicked. And I started out acting Astrid with my actual eyes, and then I did one white eye and one plain eye, and then I transitioned them to slitted white eyes, which freaks people out because slitted contacts do not stay the way they're supposed to. They move around quite a bit, and it freaks people the hell out, and it gets a good effect. It gives a good reaction, and I actually kind of like that, so that's what I have. I also have canine teeth. I have really long natural top and bottom canine teeth that are long like the extensions people glue to their teeth for the videos. My teeth are actually like that in real life and have been since I was a kid. But I have ones that make them longer than what they already are for the part of her. And that's going to be interesting to see how I can maneuver and talk with those because my teeth are already long and fudge with my speech anyway because they're long top and bottom. But I got that, and then I have it's almost like a Howling one looking mask, and it's albino, like it is a straight up true albino werewolf mask, and it is A grade quality special effects mask. Like that bitch cost me money for a latex mask. And I don't like spending high dollar on latex masks because we all know that over time latex breaks down and dry rots and becomes brittle, and if it's not maintained and cared for, latex is usually not the way to go if you're wanting something that's long term. Because over time and years it does deteriorate, even when it's cared for and all that jazz. But I went and purchased this one because it's a heavy bodied latex, which means it will last for a really long time because it's like movie grade, so it will last a really long time, even with good maintenance and care, which I do baby this thing because I pay good money for it. It's not the easiest mask to see out of, and it's definitely not the most ventilated mask in the world because, my God, it feels like you have your head stuck in a pillow. But it scares the shit out of people. So it makes it worth it. I've gotten used to it. Like when I first put it on in haunt season, I'll feel claustrophobic and won't be able to breathe, but then I'll get used to it and learn to regulate my breathing and not get panicked when it goes on my head. I got half hand poles from Polster, not the full ones, because I have to be able to grab and use props and stuff, so I can't have like the fursuit like type tan, so I have like the ones that looks like the hand poles here, but you use your actual fingers, which works really good. You can put like the fake acrylic nails on your fingertips to make it look, wolfy, so it works really good. And my tail came from Polestar too. It's the extra large one that drags a big white werewolf tail. And I got what I use for my top half is I got a white vest, fur vest from Walmart for like $20. And then I got some fake fur and I made half sleeves. It goes over the shoulders, like, partial almost. The only thing I don't have is the bottom half to the suit. But I don't have to because, she's like, you're not going to see the whole thing. And I'm wanting to get a partial for Lady, but I don't have a lot of money I can throw because, like I say, I'm strapped. And I know that they cost, even partials, a good partial will cost you good money. And I'm not saying they're not worth it, they are. And just finding somebody who has a price range that does a decently good enough job where I'm happy with what they would be able to create for me to get. I think I found one creator that can do something that would make me pleased as a beginner suit. That I think is in my price range. And I may hit them up and talk to them about getting a partial lady because, to be honest, I can do the bodysuit for myself. I mean, I've made them before. I'm rambling a lot more than I'm coloring, and I'm not even talking about the artwork. I'm using Prismacolor pencils on Tone Tan Strathmore paper. And if you notice on this piece, I know I'm jumping all over the place. I'm like a squirrel on the interstate. I do that all the time. It's like there's 20 stories in one, and it goes back to the original, you know? It's that kind of thing. Anxiety is fun. But I used colored outlines on this instead of the harsh black outlines. I used a pink and purple R2 gel roller pen. You can get these at get them at dollar store, because if you go to Walmart, you'll pay $5 for one of them, and you can get 4 of them at dollar store, I think, for almost $3. So why pay more when you can pay less and get more pens? See what I'm saying? Yes, I use a lot of cheap art supplies. And there's nothing wrong with cheap art supplies. You don't have to have high dollar stuff to do art. Not when you're just doodling around in the sketchbook doing stuff for yourself. If you're doing stuff for client, yeah, you want stuff that's light fast and shit like that. You want to do good quality, everything all the way around for a client, because you're selling something to somebody, and when you're charging them, you want to make sure that they're getting the best quality possible. I'm not going to say everything I use is light safe, because, you know, I use what I have, what I can afford. I don't always have a lot of money to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on friggin' art supplies. Let's just be real. And art supplies anymore are so fucking outrageous. It's stupid. It's like I looked at 12 pencils of the, what was it? Was it Durham? Or was it the Faber-Castell? I can't. It was a 12-pack of polychromos. And they were almost $30 friggin' dollars for 12 fucking pencils. I'm like, are you fucking with me right now? It's ungodly. Like, why would I pay $30 fucking dollars for 12 fucking pencils? I'm not going to. Not when I can get 12 Prisma pencils for less than that. I mean, come on. I get polychromos are good, top of the line shit. I think that's Faber-Castell. And I get it. They're German made. They are good pencils. I have Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, and they're fantastic. And I've had them for years, and I paid $30 for the 24 set that I bought, which wasn't bad. But I also have a 12-pack of ink tints, which I paid like $10 for, which wasn't bad. But you can't get the 12 set of ink tints for that no more, because it's like $30 for 12 of them too. It's stupid. You're getting 12 pencils. Why do you need to pay $30 for 12 pencils? You pay $30 for 12 pencils. You might as well pay the $100-some for the fucking set and have all the colors. 12 pencils is just to give you a sample to see if you like that product or not, you know, with the basic colors. Should not be outrageous, because Prismacolor's 12 packs aren't. I mean, shit. I just feel like art supplies have really gotten way, way overpriced. It's ridiculous. I get everybody's an artist anymore, but shit, you know, not all of us are made of fucking money. Which is why I don't care to use Crayola, ballpoint pen. I use Ohuhu markers. I won't touch Copics. I know Copics are quality. They're great they're great markers, pencils. Fuck. You know what I meant. Markers and all. I've never personally used them. I can't afford them. I'm not paying $6 a fucking marker. It's just no. Hell to the no. I don't do marker art that much anyway, so I have no use for Copics. Do you agree with that? Ohuhu markers do me fine. The set I've had over a year. And I'm just now, I think, half my set is just now, have just died on the last couple commissions I've done. So I am going to have to replace my Ohuhu markers because over half of my set are now dead where I've been using them on commissions here lately. But I mean, they lasted me over a year, way over a year and a half. So I mean, I can't complain. That's cheap alcohol markers. They're fantastic. I love them. And they work perfect for what I do because I don't work with markers that much. So where I don't do markers and stuff that much, I don't really need Copics. But I do like what Copics can do. I've seen what people can do with them. But it's just not something I'm willing to invest in because they're just way too overpriced. I get they're refillable and you can get new nibs for them and you can refill them and reuse them. I get all that, but they're still way too overpriced. You can be a good product and still be overpriced. It's one of those things, they're just overpriced. And there's no sense in it. Because they supply all the other stuff, they should be a little cheaper because you can replace the nibs, you can refill them. So, and because like literally a Michaels or Hobby Lobby, one marker of Copic is like $6 or $8 for one of them. It's stupid. I can get a big set of Ohuhu markers for half the price of fucking Copics, and they work fine. Yeah, they're not refillable. Once you use that marker up, it's used. They don't sell them individually. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, there's some drawbacks. There's drawbacks to everything. But it's a small drawback. When I run out of the color of a marker, I will use a different color to compensate for that marker, that dye. Because you can use other colors to make colors. Kind of like if I'm limited on colored pencils, if I don't want to use black, I'll use dark blues, purples, because black fur technically isn't black. It's just like white fur isn't technically white. It's made up of different colors. And a lot of people don't understand that you can substitute colors to get that same color. It's like on this one, I didn't use white on grayness. I used cream and the different shades of blue instead of white. And I only used white on these teeth because my white color pencil is literally like that fucking big. And it's just like this black Prisma pencil here. Look at this little guy. I mean, this little thing's tiny and it's hard to color with this little thing. I do have a pencil extender for Prisma pencils. It's over in my art desk, which I don't ever sit at and use like I probably should, but it's dark over there too, and there's no light because I don't have a lamp there. And so I just sit here on the couch and do a lot with the overhead on because my house is like a cave. I just sit here and ramble about everything. But I think that's why people like watching little art videos where people just have no scripts and they just go here and bullshit about everything. I'm just one of those people. But yeah, I think on my TikTok, I'm just gonna keep like general stuff. I mean, if I do post anything on there, it's a little questionable. It'll probably be about like what I did for my work best friend. Even though I caught a lot of hate, I actually got called a furry, to go kill myself, go die. I got a lot of hate on the one of the purgatory piece of Lady in the main Rot character, which is another good friend of mine when I worked with the Department of Highways. It's his character. And I got a lot of hate because it was like, oh, you're a furry. You need to go kill yourself. You need to die. You need to do this. This is the reason why furries get so much hate. You're the reason we get so much hate is because I even got hate from furries saying that I was the reason I got so much hate because I did adult contented piece that could have been taken as adult or it could have been just taken as something innocent. And I had to sit there and explain to them. I'm like, they're not furries. They're a werewolf and a were-dog. They have a human form and they shift. They are shifters. Nobody on there could understand what the fuck a shifter was. And still insisted that we were furries and that we were similar And because shifters were similar to furries, that's what they fucking were. Well, thank God for Golden Wolf, who is an artist friend of mine, who I've known for most of my life anyway. She's a fantastic artist, and I know everybody knows who Golden Wolf is because Golden Wolf is the iconic werewolf artist. And I grew up with her artwork. But anyway, she had made a comparison between the difference of furries, anthros, and shifters. And of course, I posted the link to it. I told him, I said, go educate yourself. I said, there's a difference between furries, anthros, and shifters. I said, please go look at this comparison. Please educate yourself and learn the difference, because there was clear diagram of the differences between the three of them. And this person refused to go educate themselves and continue to argue. And then I continue to have furries in the furry community attack me for the piece, which was entirely uncalled for. Because the furry fandom, even though I don't have a problem with them, because a lot of them are good people, a lot of the furry fandom have sexual content art pieces that are far worse than what I had in that video. I have drawn worse than what was in that video for furries, because I used to do straight up fucking porn all the time. I used to do straight not safe for work artwork all the time, and 99.9% of my clientele were furries. Furries. You heard it right. Furries. And I always drew their characters. I drew some weird shit. I'll just put it like that. I'm not disclosing who commissioned me or anything like that, but I drew some weird shit for some furries in the furry community. And I did so for years and years and years before I went on a 4-year hiatus. And let me tell you, they have no right to bash me over soft shifter porn whatsoever. And I do not give furries a bad name because I don't associate with furries. I am not a furry. I identify as a shifter. I do not identify as a furry. My alter ego is not a fucking furry. She's not a fucking anthro. She is a shifter. She is a werewolf. Just for the record. For anybody who doesn't know. I draw her in quadruped form anymore because I get bashed and hated on when I draw her in her werewolf Krynos form, which is standard for a werewolf. I get bashed when I draw it because people think I'm a furry or an anthro, and I get bashed all the time. So last couple years I have drawn her strictly as a quadruped wolf because of that shit. Because I get tired of having to defend myself against other people's ignorance. And I don't really have patience or tolerance for stupid people at all, whatsoever. If you're ignorant, exit stage left and leave me the hell alone, because you will get told off. I'm that way at work too, and that's why when they have new people hire in, they get nervous when they have to saddle them with me, because they know I'm anti-bullshit. I don't like stupid people. I don't like lazy people. I don't like to have to babysit somebody, and they all know this. So it's not like it just applies to my art. It applies to my real day, everyday life all the time. I'm no different. But that's why, if a lot of people wonder why I don't draw P-Lady in her werewolf form a lot like I used to years and years ago, that's why. Because I get bashed that I'm a furry piece of trash and that I need to go kill myself because I'm nasty. And I'm not a furry. I'm not trash. I'm a shifter, and I have just as much right to create my vision as anybody else on the internet does, without anybody's justification or derogatory statements. The way I look at it is, if you don't like something, if you don't support something, if you're not into that, why the fuck are you viewing it and taking the time to comment? That's what gets me about the internet anymore. It's like, why do people take the fucking time to comment on something when it's not needed? If you don't like what you're seeing, just keep scrolling. You don't have to stop, be a shithead, leaving nasty comments to somebody, and just berate them because you felt the need to do so. Like, if it's not your cup of tea and it's not your thing, just keep scrolling. If you don't like my content, get the fuck off my page, get the fuck off my galleries. My stuff isn't for everybody. And that's cool. Because everybody likes what they like. Not everybody's going to like me as an artist, and not everybody has to. I do my art for myself. I don't do it for nobody else. I don't care if other people like it. I never have. My art is who I am. I want to be a successful artist again. I want to be back on top with my sales and with my clients and stuff like I used to be. But truth be told, 4 years away from the art community is a long time. And when you come back, everything's different. And that's just the reality of it. Like, it's the way it is. I know that. Quit. Addie, quit. Sorry, my cat was like clawing my carpet. She knows better than that shit. I do cut her claws so she doesn't tear shit up because she is a destructive little kitty puss. I love her. She acts like a dog, but she's like a junkyard dog, if you know what I mean. But she's a good cat. Like, she's not very feline like. But anyway, yeah, it's like I want to make a living off my artwork. But at the same time, I want people to understand that I'm going to draw what I want to draw. I'm not going to do what's trending. I'm not going to do what's in at the moment in the art world because that's not who I am. I see too many artists that do art. There's too many artists whose art looks identical to each other because it's like the same style syndrome or the same theme syndrome, you know. I hid it there for a little bit just to see if it would, jumpstart me back into my in getting clients and stuff like that. But it just really wasn't for me, and I just couldn't get into it and achieve the quality in it because I wasn't feeling it, because it wasn't me. It didn't feel genuine to me. It felt faux. So, but I see so many digital artists and traditional artists. When you look at one's art, it's like looking at everybody's art because it's like the same art. If you know what I mean, like it's like the same style. It's almost like it's not a different person doing the art. You know what I mean? And I understand that there's a certain style that's in with the anime wolves and stuff like that. I get it. It's a cool style. Like, it's bitching. And it works great for graphic novels. I'm not even going to lie. It's amazing. But I would do a more realistic twist on it, I think. And it would work really good. Because I think you could do an in-between realistic, a halfway twist on it and do really good. Or if you could do it with your own interpretation of how it should be colored and done and still have something unique to you that isn't like the other artists out there. You know what I'm saying? There's just too many artists whose art looks alike in the way that it's colored and detailed and done. Even though the characters may be different, it's like, I don't know. It's like looking at the same artist stuff, even though it's a different artist. I guess that's what I'm saying. And it's all the same way of coloring, the same way of shading. It's like they don't try to put their own individuality in on it to make it unique to them. It's like my digital art is unique to me because it's a fucked up style. I don't like doing digital art anyway because it's just, it's a learning curve for me, even though I went to art and graphic design and I had to do a lot of digital artwork. It's still not something I'm good at or a strong point. I'm a traditional media artist. However, when I do Purgatory, it will be done digitally, just so that it's neat and clean. And I just hope to shit I can color it and make it look as good as I see it in my head, because I don't think my digital coloring is where it needs to be to do this comic. Or I won't call it a comic. I should just say graphic novel, because that's more what it would be. And I think I'd just make it like one book. I need to sharpen my fucking pencil. I'm coloring on the wood. But that requires me to get up, and this video is probably already fucking long enough. God damn it. I've cussed a lot too. This video is not for children, by the way. If you have little ears and you're offended by cussing, I'm not who you need to be listening to, because I have a sailor's mouth. I have toned it down quite a bit for this video, because usually every other word out of my mouth is the F word. I work around men all day, so I'm used to being a foul person, because they're foul, and we are foul together. It's pissing rain right now. We ain't gonna be doing work. I don't even know why Stella schedules stuff like that, but it's her. She'll live and learn. But yeah, it's just, I don't think paving's gonna be doing anything on Enslow, because Rick knows it's gonna rain. He's like, he wants me as his flagger anyway, so he don't want them other ones. Which I usually go with the paving crew anyway, because I know how their supervisor for the paving, he's a very particular man. And he and I get along really well. And I know how he likes things set up and done. And we G and haul well. And it's no vices and problems. I'm well liked by all the crews I work with. I'm requested heavily by a lot of people all the time. And it's a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. It keeps me in a lot of work, because when I'm requested, the company has to honor it, or the contractors get mad and we lose work, and we can't lose work. So it's easier to give them what they want. It's not. It's like I was in Logan there for a long while, for way over a week, because I was special requested by the CJ Hughes crew up there. The 4 months I was in Marion, Ohio, was with CJ Hughes and TC Energy, and working with them. And that was massive jobs out there. That was some big money. I miss that paycheck. The local paychecks suck compared to the out of town ones, man. But I usually go long distances when I do work anyway. Even when I work local, I usually work Charleston, like tomorrow I'm going to Charleston, West Virginia. That's common for me. I've been 2 weeks local Huntington. But team official, I did, well, no, that Monday I was in Logan. Last Monday I was in Logan with CJ. I finished up their job there. Came back. Her I had quit that day. She quit. She was done. Which I don't blame her. It was like 98 degrees, heat index of 108. She about died. She was having problems where she had a child a couple months ago, so she ended up having to quit. And then I got snagged by Team Official, which is a new contractor we picked up. And they did not want 2 of us. They wanted 1 of us, and they wanted me. So I was with them for a week. And maybe a little over a week. And worked with them. And then I was back with the CJ crew in Huntington. And I've been sent to Charleston for MGC, which is our main contractor, Mountaineer Guys. All that I do is gas lines. And stuff like that. So, yeah, I got my new hire that I had today. I got him tomorrow, but we're going to be canceled. So, I should tell him to be prepared to be canceled. Which, if he has a brain, he knows. I've got crap all over this paper. My pencil sharpener. I don't need that. Let's see if I can find this Faber pastel eraser. I got my hair wet earlier, and that blue hair dye slips every time it gets wet. It just slips. It's supposed to be semi-permanent. Every time it gets wet or you sweat or anything, it shit slips and gets all over you. See? That's just from being out in the rain. And it's been like that for a month, and it still slips like that. Bullshit. That's one reason why I'm going to take my hair that gray color. That way I don't have to worry about color slipping like that. Can't swim in a pool or nothing because your blue will slip and you'll get blue all in the pool. Hell, the black is permanent. This black dye is permanent. And this shit slips just as bad as blue. It's just hard to keep it up because it's just hard colors to maintain. So I'm just going to go back to the gray. My natural hair color is blonde. So, which I've had it my natural color for most all my life. And I took it, it's been about 3 years this color now. And it's time to go back to the lighter shades. It's the darker shades like this is way too hard to maintain. Especially working out on the road and stuff. Being out in the weather and the sun. These dark colors are real hard to maintain without them bleaching out. And plus, you have to deal with it slipping when it gets wet and stuff. It's just poopy. I don't have this finished, but I am going to be wrapping this video up. I just wanted to give you guys something more than just like 30 minutes of watch time. You know what I mean? Make it worth your time to stop by and watch. And not really a draw with me. It's kind of more like you're coloring with me while I sit here and bullshit, vent, rant, and be random as hell. Because that's what it's been. Because that's how all my videos are. It starts out talking about the art and then somehow it wanders off to something else. It's wandered off to something else like a million times since we've been on here. So, yeah. I like being unscripted. I like to be random. I like to be just as surprised by what comes out of my mouth as you are. It's been a week. I'm ready for Friday and the weekend. I don't know about y'all. It just seems like the weekend goes really fast. And plus, I'm going to have to wrap this video up because I got to do paperwork for my job. I got to sit and fill it out so we can get paid tomorrow. Hell yeah. Even though it's only going to be 2 fucking hours on that damn timesheet, it don't matter. It's still got to be filled out. Because it's going to be doing what it's doing right now, which is pissing the rain. And we are going to get canceled for even a lot more. I'm going to get my beast out, and I'll be putting my beast back. And anybody don't know who Beast is my work truck, which is a 2004 GMC Sierra that's been hit 4 times and has saved my ass 3 of the times it's been hit. The 4th time was one of our employees who couldn't drive, hit it when I came back out of town because they can't back up out of the fucking truck corral that we have for the trucks, which I no longer park in the corral because I am a full-size pickup truck. I am big, I am long, and people who don't know how to park makes it hard for me to get in and out because I'm a big truck and it's a cramped little space that I have to try and get out of, which I'm a good driver and I can do it. So I just asked them if I could park it where I park my personal Jeep at, which is not where the employees park at. It's in a different place because I have special clearance to park there. I have clearance now for my work truck to park there. So I just switched them out when I come in for work because it takes me like 5 minutes to unload my Jeep to my truck and my truck to my Jeep. Because I keep all my truck stuff except for the equipment in bed with me. Because people like to steal my shit. Given that nobody drives my truck but me. Except for my supervisor on a rare occasion. Because she knows that, my truck's good and has everything. And she doesn't have to worry about it because I stay up on it. I take good care of it like it's my personal. Like I baby this vehicle. Even though it's been hit. And they never did fix my bumpers or anything like that. So I have bungee straps holding it together. It looks like shit. But I miss it looking pristine and stuff, but she's a beast. That's it. That's Miss Beast. I've drove that truck for the 2 years I've been with the company. And No regrets. We've been through a lot of shit together for sure. And of course, I still got Dusty, my Jeep. He's a 99 Jeep Cherokee who likes to strand his mommy every chance he gets and likes to be a douche. And because Dusty's a douche, anytime Dusty breaks down or acts retarded on me, Beast gets to come home with me because Dusty's a douchebag. They know that sometimes my Jeep won't start at all, and I end up having to take the work truck, take Beast home with me because Dusty don't want to start. And then the next day when I come in, it'll start like nothing was ever wrong with it. It does what it wants. And that last time it had all the fucking exhaust fall out from underneath of it at work right there in the fucking parking lot, and I'm like, okay. So I parked it, went and got my truck, drove it home for the week because I had to go have somebody go down there and fix it, which it ain't fixed. It's a temporary fix. It's got baling twine holding everything up underneath of it, which if that busts loose and the U-bolt busts loose holding the drive shaft up, I am fucked. So I'm in the market looking for another everyday driver. But I don't have a lot of money to throw on that. I'll be using the stimulus check that we got to help buy another everyday driver, but even that ain't going to allow me to buy something overly expensive. It's going to have to be cheap, but also going to have to be good and dependable and not a piece of shit. And that's going to be hard because everything that's up for sale right now is a piece of shit. And I don't want somebody else's problems. I'm looking to buy a GMC Sierra pickup truck like the one that I drive at work because I know those sons of bitches are good vehicles. Not only are they good vehicles, they can take a damn hit and they can keep on ticking and running, and you don't have to worry about engine problems or nothing like that. They're strong little trucks and they run good. And they're not, you can get them small, medium, or big. I need something a little bit big because I plan on eventually maybe trying to get a horse trailer just this way down the line. Not anytime soon. And so, I can go take my horse to events and do more things with her. I want to do more things with her. I want to get more involved with the stable that I board her at because I pay so much a month to board my horse where she is. And I don't ever hardly get to enjoy her. Maybe once or twice a month I get to go see her because I'm working all the time. So it sucks. I want to be more involved. I want to do more things I enjoy, but I'm not able to because I have to work all the time because I don't have help. And this is what happens when you don't have nobody in your life. I mean, I ain't complaining about it, but it would just make things easier for me if I could have time to do things that I like. I think I could unwind and relax a little bit because I say so stressed and so high strung all the time, bitchy and excitable. It's crazy. It shows sometimes at work. I get really. Some days I come in and my supervisor, she's cute. She's like, "Are we sassy today?" I'm like, "Yes, we are sassy today." And I mean, she just comes right out there and she just says it like a joke, conversational, and I just come right back out with it, just playful too. Like, I'm sassy. You know how it is. I said, "We're sassy today." Yes, we are. Why are we sassy? And then, I'll tell her because I tell her everything because she's like my mom. So, and it's like her and my work best friend, man, it wasn't for them. I don't know what the hell I do because, like, I talk to them all the time about stuff. And they help me through a lot of things. They help me out more than they'll ever know. Ever know. And I value and appreciate them so much, more than I could ever express because I am not a very emotional person. I don't express emotion. I don't express myself very well. So it's very hard for me to convey how I feel about what people do for me. I know there's people out there that have that problem too besides myself. And they know that, so they don't take it personally when I try to express myself. They just, they're appreciative of it and stuff. Well, I guess I'm going to end this video here because I really really got to do fucking paperwork and quit putting it off and get this damn hair dye off my hand. I don't know how the hell they got on me. My hair's dry, I guess. So I don't know where that damn blue shit, why that blue on my hair rubbed off of my hand and on my fucking couch. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys had fun listening to me rant ramble about absolutely nothing that pertained to this drawing except for a few instances. You guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. And all that happy hoo-ha. Until next time when I decide to do a live video or post a speed draw on paint, I'll see you then. Peace out, guys.